ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा, ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
शील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी, वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार।
गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी, बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबेको आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिरहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपै, तीनों लोक हाकते कापै। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै, महावीर जब नाम सुनावै। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna, a very, very, very warm welcome to all of you on this beautiful Falgun evening of Shukla Paksha Ashtami Tithi. Color is symbolic of Falgun. We are all into this colorful month, all looking forward to making our life beautiful and colorful with help of Geeta ji. With the blessings of Param Pujya Gurudev Swami Govind Dev Guriji Maharaj, we have been able to catch up on the mantra of read Geeta, teach Geeta, and live Geeta. We have all reached level 3 and we are doing the 4th chapter. And today I welcome all of you for the yet another interpretation session of this Gita Ji. But before we start anything, let's move forward for bringing Krishna amongst us. And for that, I'm going to invite our Nirmala Didi. Nirmala Didi is from Aurangabad and she joined Gita Parivar in May of 2021. Since then, she has completed all level exams. She's a Gita Vrati and with distinction, very excellent marks. She has been serving as a trainer 5 times for L1 level. Thrice she has served as a trainer for L2. She has also served as a trainer for L3 once, and now also she is giving her seva as a trainer for L2 level. Welcome, Didi. Please start this session with a prayer.
धन्यवाद दीदी. जय श्री कृष्ण. श्रद्धा दीदी, जय श्री कृष्ण. वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. जय श्री कृष्ण. सर्व साधकांना जय श्री कृष्ण. दीदी, जय श्री कृष्ण.
You can mute yourself, Didi.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Didi, for this wonderful auspicious beginning of this session. When Krishna is around, can there be darkness? No. And since childhood, we have been scared of darkness, whether it is without light or without knowledge. So let us invite our Indu Didi, who is from Pune, joined Gita Parivar in December of 2020 and is a Gita Vrati. See, we have another Gita Vrati, so much of light amongst us. She is going to light the lamp for us so that we can begin the session. Didi?
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः. वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Didi, for that Divya Darshan. And could you see somebody else? That family joins together. When we come to Gita Ji, we bring the family together and the light is spread everywhere. Now I am going to call forward our Shraddha Didi for the interpretation session. Last time you heard Shraddha Didi do the first part of this 4th chapter. So beautiful, giving such beautiful examples, live examples, which makes sense to us. Shraddha Didi is a BE Electronics and postgraduate diploma in IT Systems and Management. She has worked as a mobile application developer and team lead for more than 13 years. Didi conducts Srimad Bhagavadgītā classes at her Hyderabad residence, and she has been doing it for more than 10 years now and is associated with Gita Parivar directly as a trainer since August of 2020. Our Didi, Shraddha Didi, is a disciple of Swami Govindev Giriji Maharaj, and at Gita Parivar, she gives her seva as a trainer, as an examiner, and thanks to Didi that we get English Vivachan for senior levels also. And she is also into class monitoring team. Didi, without further ado, please take over the stage and help us understand 4th chapter.
Jai Shri Krishna. A very warm welcome to the entire participants group here. Jai Shri Krishna. Let's begin by remembering Swamiji. Didi said, please help us understand the 4th chapter. I would say it's only Swamiji's Kripa which can help us understand the fourth chapter, and Krishna Kripa. So let's invoke both of them. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमूलां मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्वेषम् ॐ श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः हरि ओम्. So we are at the onset of another very beautiful chapter, the fourth chapter. And last time we had seen some very important shlokas of this chapter. This chapter begins with a note from Sri Krishna where he has given the importance of this entire knowledge. He is very clearly told that what I am telling you here on whatever I am telling you here in this battlefield is not something new. It's not something that I am discovering or inventing any new knowledge. This is Puratan knowledge. This is ancient knowledge. And this I have given at the origin of all, at the origin of the Srishti, I had given it to him, to Vivaswan, that is sun god. And how by Parampara, how this knowledge has transcended to us today. He has told the importance of how by the Maharshi Parampara, Rajarshis, it has come to from sun god to Ishwaku, then Manu, and so on. He has told very beautiful stuff. And gradually he has taken a turn towards karma. How he has one very important principle we saw in last Vivechan session was Janma Karma Chame Divyam. He has told what is the difference between the manifested form, the avatar form, and our normal human janma, human birth. What is the difference in the birth of an avatar and what is the difference in the birth of a normal human being? How we are bounded in the cycle of life and death, and how the avatar, how Shri Krishna, when he comes on the earth, he is the king of the earth. He will come and go by his own will. He is not bounded by the rules of what? By the karma or by his birth and his karma. They are not bindings to him. And further, we have seen some very important shlokas about Vivita Raga Bhaya Krodha Manmaya Mam Upashritaha. Anybody who has freed themselves from the attachment, from fear and anger, and absorbed in me, in Parampita Paramatma, he will take refuge in me and will attain my form. What Shri Krishna has told, Puta Madbhava Magataha, he will attain my form, he will have attained my being. Now, what is the form of Shri Krishna? What is the form of Parampita Paramatma? That question naturally comes to us. What is this bhav? He's saying Madbhava Agataha, Madbhava Agataha, they come attain my bhav. And what is this bhav? This bhav is Satchit Ananda bhav. Where see whatever happens around us, it affects us. It is going to have some impact on us. But how is the bhav of Parampita Paramatma? It is Satchidanand. Nothing changes his state of happiness. His eternal state of bliss is changed by nothing. And somebody who is completely ashrit on me, who is completely taken refuge in me, will attain that state such that no matter what comes, what goes, they will be always in a blissful state of happiness. They will be always in, they will always be firmly seated in me. When we think about this, there is a natural question that comes to us. Is it possible? Has anybody ever attained that stage? And then we should be reminded of some great saints in our culture. So, if we see the life of some great saints, we let us think about Sant Tukaram Maharaj. How was his life? People normally don't know much about him, but if you see, Swamiji had once in his pravachan said that, everybody wants to be in a divine state. We all want freedom from what? From pain. Basically, when we say we are mumukshu, we all want liberation. What do we want to be liberated from? What is it that from which we want freedom? We want freedom from all our pain, all our sorrows. And when we are talking about that, we also think about, how Tukaram Maharaj is always in a blissful state and always in a happy state. And at the same time, we also feel like, yeah, we also want a devotion like that, in which Vitthal Bhagwan himself came and met him. Tukaram Maharaj, Ramdev Maharaj, they themselves came. Bhagwan Pandarinath, he has himself visited them. I also want to be a devotee like that. When that comes to your mind, we also have to question yourselves, are we ready to be like Tukaram Maharaj? What is the difference? What is it that we are also doing with devotion? But when we are seeking devotion, when we are on this path of devotion, what is it that constantly affects us? The happiness and the sorrow that comes in our life, it constantly affects us. It constantly affects our devotion towards the God. This was not the case with Susatya Tukaram Maharaj. What he has said, let me be hungry. It's okay, even if whatever you are doing to my family. He lost his wife to starvation. They were from a very rich family, but he did charity and he lost his wife to starvation. He lost his very dear elder son to a famine, to a pandemic. And in all this, his devotion towards God never got hampered. And as a result, he has got a kirti, he has got a fame that is lasting for so many centuries. So, if we all want the blessings of Sri Krishna, but with that, whatever sorrow is coming, which is as a result of our karma only, that we are not ready to accept. What happens when some sorrow comes immediately? I did so much bhakti, I chanted so much Bhagavadgītā, I was reading one chapter every day. What has come? See, this is what I have got in return. This is our devotion. How it is? It is a devotion which it's a give and take relationship we have with Sri Bhagavan. That is not devotion. The karma which we are doing, it is also coming with a give and take relationship. We have to purify that. Take ourselves to a next stage where our devotion, our karma, our actions are pure, they are pious. And how to make all our actions pious? Gradually, we are going to understand in this chapter. So, till now, what we have seen is Shri Krishna has said that a person who is free from attachment, free from fear and anger, will and has completely absorbed himself in me, will attain my bhav. When he says they will be attained from me, what is that bhav? When they attain me, the devotees are attaining him. Now the question arises, how do they attain him? In which form do they attain him? He's saying, Mat bhava magataha. How do they attain? That question Shri Krishna answers in the next shloka. What is it? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tamstathaiva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante manushyav partha sarvashah. Ye yatha mam prapadyante तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते. In whatever way the devotees are worshipping me. How did Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramhans worship his Kali Mata as a mother? She worshipped him as a mother. She actually became his mother. Here, when he's talking about prapadyante, how do they approach me? How do they worship me? How do they approach me? I come back as a reward. I go to them in that form. So when Ramakrishna Paramhans worshipped Kali Mata as his own mother, she became his mother. When Arjun regarded Sri Krishna as his sakha, as his best friend, as his guide, he became his charioteer. This is how it is. The bhav with which a devotee is approaching the Paramatma, the God, in the same bhav, in the same form, the God is helping them back. We all can see Arjun and Shri Krishna were best friends. Arjun said, I only want you. I only want you to be my charioteer. He considered him to be friend, a guide. That in that form, Lord Krishna has always been with him. Hanumanji, how he has worshipped Sri Ram. He is my Swami. Every action is completely committed, devoted to Sri Ramji. Ramji became his Swami. That was a devotion of. So, in whatever bhav, how did the gopis worship him? The gopi, whatever bhav devotion they had, he also wanted them. They wanted him to do leela with him because that is their form of worship. Shri Krishna ji did leela with them. Uddhav ji, he seeked knowledge from Shri Krishna, he gave knowledge to Uddhavji. Similarly, the form in which, in whatever way, a bhakta is approaching me, I will take them, I'll reciprocate in the same way to this worship. Whatever sentiment a devotee is seeking in me, the same sentiment I will reciprocate the sentiments of the devotees. Mama vartma anuvartante, mama vartma anuvartante, manusha partha sarvashah. The same thing, in whichever way they are doing, I'm going to. Here there is one very important thing. Here the word vartma, it means path. Now, while chanting, see, throughout this chapter, we'll be discussing this also. When the pronunciation comes, many people end up reading this shlokas as Mama Vartamanu Vardante. It makes no sense. Vartama. That the has to be half. Vartamana, the entire meaning only becomes doesn't make sense. So here we have to understand this. The has to be half. Very many places, how you pronounce the shlokas makes a lot of difference. So here, Mama Vartmanu Vartante Manusha Partha Sarvashaha. Whatever path they are choosing, I will follow and I will accept that. And Shri Krishna explains further, Kangshanta karmanam siddhi yajanta iha devataha. क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. Now when he's saying in whatever form people worship me, I give them in that form. So there are some business people, they want what? Lakshmi ji. They will do only Mahalakshmi puja with full devotion. Why? Because lot of wealth is what they see. So they are seeking what? They are seeking the devotion, they are seeking worship, they are seeking what? Money from them, so money from Paramatma. So what is coming in return is wealth. So for this, Shri Krishna is saying, Kangshan Takkarma, whatever they are longing for, whatever they are longing for, I'll appear in that form. So Kangshan Takkarmanam Siddhi Yajanta Iha Dehavataha. Now for their longings, whatever they desire, whatever they want, for that they will worship other gods. In this world, we have different types. Like for Buddhi, we will worship Shri Ganesh. For wealth, we will worship Mahalakshmi Mata. For valor, Durga Mata. So what Shri Krishna is telling, whatever by the means of their actions, whatever a devotee is longing for, whatever he is desiring, he will get that. From whom? By worshipping that particular devata, they are getting that. Now, those who long for satisfaction from the actions in this world, they will make those worship, they'll sacrifice, they'll do those worships, and by doing this, what happens? They will get the result very quickly. Now, when we say there is a thought that comes in the mind that sometimes we are talking about, we should not have desire and all. The kind of setup we all are living in. Here it is natural that we all cannot be Santa Tukaram Maharaj. Let us accept the reality. We all cannot be of that level where, okay, no matter what is happening to my family, I will be continue to worship. We cannot. We have to take care of our families. It's very natural for us to seek blessings for the family, to seek wealth for the family, to seek buddhi. The small children who are studying, they want wisdom to be able to learn properly. All this is wanted, and it is very much justified to have that. For that, we have to be praying to those deities. And while this shlok is being said, one should not feel that should we not do these things? Should we not do this kind of worship? It should be done. To get their wishes fulfilled, people worship their respective deities. For before so even when Sri Ramji was going for a battle where with against Ravan, Agastya Muni, he told Sri Ram to do a puja in worshipping whom? The sun god. We all know that Ramji is Surya Vanshi. He belongs to the dynasty of the sun god. He has told you have to, before you go for this worship, Sri Ram was told to do, sit at one place and do an anushthan for 3 days. Sri Ramji has done that anushthan, worshipping whom? Worshipping sun god. And he has worshipped the sun god. And in that worship, we all should know when he was saying what stotra has come, Aditya Hridayam Stotra, a beautiful chant was taught by Maharshi Agastya to Sri Ram, and this puja was very much essential to get the victory in that battle. Even when this Mahabharat Yuddha started, before going for the battle, Shri Krishna has told Arjun to do the puja of Durga Mata. So, whatever, when we are living, even to get our actions fulfilled in a particular way, to get what a student needs buddhi, he has to go down to Shri Ganesh and Mata Saraswati to get the correct intellect for the fulfillment of their actions. What has to be done? Those deities have to be worshipped. And as a result, what happens? Kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Whatever siddhi is coming from the action, karmaja. Karmaja means out of, from the actions. When we add the word ja in Sanskrit in front of any letter, any word, it becomes originating from. So from their actions, whatever siddhis, whatever success is originating from the actions, this happens faster. Kshipram bhavati. Kshipram high, it happens quicker by going down to these deities. Now, one will feel how is it happening quicker? This is very simple to understand. Now, suppose there is on the street where I live in the locality, if some electricity, there is some electricity issue, say the transformer is not working. What will I do? Will I directly write a letter to the Delhi government? Delhi government, forget the Delhi government. Telangana government also. Can I just write a letter? No, first I have to reach this local electricity board, the local electricity office. I have to reach out to them. They will solve my issue. Similarly, all these gods, the Brahma Tattva, the eternal Paramatma Tattva, the Brahma Tattva has given these departments to all these deities. Brahma ji has his own department, Ganesh ji has his own department, Mahalakshmi ji, Durga Mata, they are suppose the heads of those departments. And whichever issue you have, what we are seeking, we seek the blessings from that particular deity. That is how it works. So for a issue that we have locally, we will go to our Gram Panchayat, to the local, whoever is the local government organization, we will go there. We do not directly write a letter to Prime Minister of India saying this is the issue I'm facing. Similarly, when for the fulfillment of our actions, for siddhi, for the success of our own actions, what we have to do, we have to reach out to the appropriate deity, and that is what the people will be doing. They will reach out to those gods. They will reach out to those deities. Siddhir Bhavati. So by doing this quickly, they will be completing their actions. Hence, there is a category of people when we tell them, daily puja should be done. Daily we should give prasad to all the deities. In our house, we will have a small puja girl. This daily puja should not be underestimated. Many people nowadays, the modern people, Bhagwan to har jagah hai, he is everywhere. What is this karma kanda you are talking about? All this has its own importance. All this has its own importance. And in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna is not undermining the importance of all these worship. This is what we all have to realize. And further, Shri Krishna says, having done all this, they attain the success of what they will attain they will attain the results of their actions. They'll attain what they wish to attain. And further, Shri Krishna takes us to a very important shlok. A shlok which is always in controversy. He's explained that our actions, he's further explaining how these karma are divided amongst the people. Let's continue. चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्. He explains here Chaturvarnyam, the fourfold system that we have in our society. Now, this is a very talked about thing and a highly misunderstood thing, a highly misunderstood part of our system. We have to look at it from holistically and understand it so that we can explain it to others. What people are not, people don't have a complete understanding and start saying that, the system has resulted in lot of hatred among people. That is not how it is. What Shri Krishna says here, Chatur Varanyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. I have created this fourfold system. What is that fourfold system? We all know that based on the karma, based on the actions, based on the duties, the society is divided into four categories. The Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Now here the Brahmins, how is this distinction made? Shri Krishna says, I have created this. Maya Srishtam. Srishtam means I have created. I have created this. These have been created by me based on what? Guna, Karma, Vibhagashaha. Based on Guna and Karma, I have created these divisions. I have not created them randomly. They are also based on Janma. They are also based on birth. We will get to that, why it should also be based on birth. It also has a very scientific explanation. But we have to understand primarily when Shri Krishna made these are made based on what? Guna and Karma. When he says Guna here, you have to understand in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, throughout Srimad Bhagavad Gita, when the word Guna comes, Guna is actually you can say a technical term of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. When we say in a computer, when I say software, hardware, they have their own meanings. When the word Guna comes in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it always refers to the Sattva Guna, Rajogun and the Tamogun. Always remember this. So here also he's saying that this fourfold system that has been made, it is made based on what? On these guna. So Sattva-guni people, how we all have seen in the 14th chapter, Sattva-gun is driven by what? Knowledge. When Sattva-gun is driven by the knowledge, the people who have more of Sattva-gun, they want to they are the seekers of knowledge, naturally they fall into the Brahmin category. The ones who are sattva gun and rajoguni, they are more into the kshatriya category, into the vaishya category. Kshatriya is the category who protects the territories, the ones who can work with the weapons, and the vaishya category is the one in the who are the businessmen, those who are rajoguni, who know how to earn money, who know how the society can get enough financial strength. All this, all these categories are very thoughtfully made. And when we talk about the Shudra capacity, first we have to understand this: the correct word is Shudra and not Shrudra. Many people misunderstand. This entire caste system is misunderstood because they believe that this Shrudra category, um, it is low in the order. It is not low. The word is not Shrudra. The Shrudra means low, but here the word is Shudra. See how one Shaljam Shah turning to Kshatriyaksha makes all the difference. It entirely changes the meaning of what it is and has created a misunderstanding for so many decades. Here, what Sri Krishna says, the fourth category, just for the sake of information. Here, the reference is not there, but just for our understanding, the service people. Now, that includes everybody. We are living in a house. The house, we need people to make a house. That they are also a part of this category, the Shudra, the engineers, the service people, all those who are serving, the doctors, nurses, they all fall in this category based on the karma, or based on the guna. Okay, so it is not even, we cannot say that it's tamo guni also, it is just service. So based on the karma and the guna, this categorization has been done. So Sri Krishna says all this has been created for what? For the betterment of society. Now, we should look at it from one more perspective, see how much we have been misled. This kind of fourfold system is existing everywhere in this world. Even within your home, if you see, there will be somebody who is responsible for what? Who is responsible for earning for the family. When a father is earning for the family, he will not just earn for himself, he will earn for the entire family. When the mother is cooking, she is taking care, she is doing the seva for the family. The children, they are the ones who are seeking knowledge. Within the family also, we see these categories. There is a category who is seeking knowledge. There's a category who is looking at the security and the financial stability of the family, and there is a category who is doing the seva, who is taking care of the family. Here also, within a small family also, this fourfold system is there. This fourfold system is also not only in the family, also in big organizations. If you see big organization, how your offices are working, there is a particular department which is looking into the research and development of the product. There is a particular branch in the organization which is looking at the security of the entire office, the security of your documents, network security, everything. There is a department which is looking into the financial stability of an organization, and there is a category of workforce which is giving service to everything within the organization and also outside the organization. So even a big organization has this fourfold system. Our Vedas are the only ones who have documented this fourfold system so beautifully. This entire rachna, this entire creation, this entire thing that has come into picture has come for the betterment of the society. This is how the society has been organized. It is not creating any sort of disorganization. The disorganization is happening because of lack of understanding about the subject. So Shri Krishna says, with full giving a full thought to this entire process based on the guna and karma, I have created these fourfold division. And tasya kartaram api mau, I am the one who has created it. Vidya kartaram avyayam, I am also a akartaram. What he is saying, mam vidhi akartaram, tasya kartaram, I am the doer. that is fine. And he is also saying, Mom, with the akartaram, you also understand that I am a non-doer of this. This is something very confusing. At one side, Shri Krishna is saying, I am the one who has brought this entire system here. I am also the non-doer, the one who is not created in this entire system. Sounds confusing what it means here. Again, we have to go back to the definition. With here, it is based on what? Guna karma. Based on the guna karma, this entire system was made. Then, as we human beings, now let us just restrict to the human beings. We have done some karma. Based on whatever karma I have done, my next birth is going to be that particular this birth, whatever I have done. Based on my karma of this birth, my next janma is going to be impacted. Whether I am going to be a Brahmin, a Kshatriya, a Vaishya, or a Shudra, it depends on what I have done in this birth. So now what I am going to get next is not in Shri Krishna's hands. It depends on my karma. It depends on what is, because he has made us independent buddhi. Our karma we are doing based on the karma. It is so there he becomes a akartaram. So how he has created the system? He has created the system and he has become completely immune from the system. He has created the system and he doesn't influence the system once it has started. Now he doesn't influence. Now, no matter what I do, what I say to him, my next birth, my next janma, it is why this next, even in this, what karma is, even if I am born in a Brahmin family or I am born in this family, what karma I am getting based on my good, it is not in my hands. He does not influence it, and hence he becomes what? Akartaram. So, Mam Vidhi Akartaram Avyayam. So, this is what Shri Krishna says. And having told this entire, basic of how this karma has been organized at the level of the society, he is taking he's giving us an insight into his own karma. He has told that I am the one who has done this karma. I am the one who has also not done this karma, who doesn't influence this karma. So I become a kartaram. And further, he throws more light on his own karma in the next shloka. Namang karmani limpanti name karma phale spraham iti mayo bhijanati karma bhirna sabadhyate. Namam karmani limpanti, my karma, they do not taint me. Why? Because he is not attached to the fruits of what he's doing. He is not attached to his own karma. He's not attached to the results of the action of his own karma. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phalis praha. Because his whatever is happening out of his own actions, he is not attached. He is totally free from desire of those results. Iti mayo bhijanati karma bhirna sabadhyate. The one who understands these. Yo vijanati, the one who understands this, he becomes free from what? Karma bhirna sabadhyate, is not bounded by any actions. The one who is not, affected by the results. So here he is talking about his own karma. This is also a directive for us, where we have to understand that if we have to become free from what? From the if we have to become free from the actions, we have to become free from our actions. We have to also become immune to what? To do the results of the actions. So this entire system has been created, and after creating it, how I have completely disowned, not freed myself from the influence of this, I have become an akartaram. When I have become a kartaram, what happens? I am not bounded by these actions. And Shri Krishna is telling from our perspective further, he says, Evainchlyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi kuru karmaiva tasmat tvam purvai purvataram kritam. So what we have to do? Shri Krishna has told that I have created this. What he has told, he has created this, and now he has become a akartaram. After doing this, I am not getting tainted by my actions because I am not attached to the desire of these actions. I am not attached. No, there is no desire arrive uh, originating from the results of these actions. When this is happening, Shri Krishna explains this. Who has understood? Our mumukshuvihi. Who are the mumukshuvihi? The mumukshuvihi are the people, the ancient people, the seekers of liberation, the one who seek to get the moksha. So they have these great wise people, they have understood my karma, they have understood completely how my actions were done, and based on that they have done the actions. And what they have done their actions, therefore you also do actions in accordance to what, as per as per the ancient people. Having known uh, my actions, how were the actions of Sri Krishna? Now at a high level we have understood his karma, this fourfold system, and he remains immune. Just think about the life of Sri Krishna in Rama avatar and in Krishna avatar. How have their lives been? For understanding these two shlokas together, how have the life been? Sri Krishna has fought so many battles. One Mahabharat battle we are all aware of, which was a ferocious one. Sri Krishna alone has fought more than 16, 17, approximately 16 to 17 battles like this. Having fought those battles and he has won all the battles, how many places did he establish his own kingdom? Where did he establish himself as a king? Nowhere. He fought the battles for the righteous people. And what did he do after killing Kamsa? Kamsa was a cruel king. After destroying Kamsa, he could have easily become the king of Mathura. He didn't do so. He made his father, Kamsa's father, the king there. He could have easily got that kingdom, but he was never kingdom. There was no greed for any kingdom. He won all those battles, and wherever he went, he established a righteous person as a ruler there, as a king there. He did not become a bhokta. He did not start enjoying the fruits of his action. He just did what was required. When Bhagwan Sri Ram, he captured Lanka. When Ravan was destroyed, he could have become the king there. Whom did he appoint a king there? Vibhishan was not even willing to be a king there. He wanted Sri Ram to rule the Lanka, but he appointed Vibhishan as the rightful king. There was no desire of or greed for wealth. There was no desire for kingdom. The action was done purely as a part of his dharma. When we all know that small battle between the Bali and Sri Ram. After that, also he made Angad the king of Kishkinda. He did not. He could have easily taken away that kingdom also. The people of Kishkinda also wanted Sri Ram to be their ruler, but he did not do. He did not take that kingdom. They were alipta. They were not tainted by the desire for more kingdom or anything. They just wanted to do their actions and were not stuck in the fruits of the action, in the results of the action. This kind of study of the karma of God has been done by whom? By mumukshuvihi, the seekers who are seeking liberation. They are the ones who are seeking liberation, who are seeking moksha, have studied the karma of God, the karma of the Paramatma, of forming this four castes and all these things, fourfold society. This is the main karma. They have also studied the karma of God in his avatars, and based on that they have understood the entire definition of karma, how to be free from the desire. They have understood, and according to that, they have done the karma. Who are these they? Maharshi Valmiki, Maharshi Vasishtha, everybody who are the seekers of liberation, they have done the karma accordingly. And not just Maharshis, Brahmins, okay, Janak Raja. In this chapter also, we will see there is a mention about Maharaja Janak. He was a king, but he has also done his karma in the form of a best form of karma yoga and attained what? Liberation. So our ancient ancestors, they have done karma by, they have studied my karma, and based on that they have done their own karma. Kuru karmaiva tasmat tvam. Here Shri Krishna tells Arjun, you also do your uh, karma according to that. Wherever Shri Krishna says tasmat, it means, what does it mean? You have to be more attentive there. What you have to do, tasmat, what you have to do, therefore karma you have to do according to them, how they have done. How they have done? Purvai purvataram kritam. They have studied and they have done the karma accordingly. You also do the karma according to those ideal, those perfected ancestors of yours. And you also do the karma in that form. Now, what is that form? He has told further that you have to be a karma yogi. What is that form? Shri Krishna throws more light on the whole topic of karma. King karma kima karmeti kavayovyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami yajñatva mokshase shubhat. Very important shloka, and a very difficult one to understand also. Here Shri Krishna himself has told that kavayovyatra mohitaha. Kavayaha api atra mohitaha. Kavayaha means who? The sages, the learned people, highly wise people, very, very intellectual people. They also get deluded here. They also fall into a illusion. They also find it difficult to understand. Kavayaha api atra mohitaha. They also get confused here. They also get illusioned. By what? King karma, kima karmeti. With this question, what is karma and what is akarma? Here again, I wish to bring your notice to the pronunciation. What is, if you see the first chant, it's king karma, kima karmeti. Here, kima, the second ma should be a complete. Many people chant this like this. Kim karma, kim karmeti, kim karmeti nahi hai. The word there is akarma. So what has happened? Kim plus akarmeti. So the word there is akarma. So otherwise, what it will become? Kim karma, king karma. Kim karma, kim karma. The same question repeated. No, it's not like that. What he is asking here, kim karma, kim akarma iti. What is karma and what is akarma? There is an eternal confusion around this. Even the sages find it very difficult to understand the definition of what is karma and what is akarma, what is action and what is inaction. Kavayo pyatra mohitaha. So imagine when Shri Krishna is saying this is difficult to understand even for the sages, how difficult it is for us to understand and more so to implement. But we are lucky that we are at least making an effort here. Tatte karma pravakshyami. I will explain you. I shall teach you what is this karma. Yajñatva mokshase shubhat. In one shlok, he is telling the problem and the result of solving the problem. He is saying, I am going to explain you what is this karma, and knowing this, what is karma and what is akarma, what will happen? Yajñatva mokshase ashubhat. Mokshase ashubhat. Ashubhat means you will be liberated. Mokshase is liberated. What will you be liberated from? You will be liberated from the evil or ashubh. Ashubh is an undesirable thing, something which is not pious. So having a complete knowledge of what is karma, what is action, what is akarma, what is inaction, having a knowledge of karma and akarma is the most important. It has continued to confuse the sages. It has continued to confuse the intellectual people also. But I will help you understand what is this karma and akarma. And after you know this, you will be liberated from what? All the ashubh, all the confusion, whatever you feel is evil. By now, why this entire thing, why this ashubh thing he is bringing in here? Because Arjun's basic confusion has started from this thing. He has started feeling that his karma is leading to something which is not pious, which is not pure, it is not he's thinking his karma is going to lead to death of people he loves or other things, and it is going to make his entire clan, the other clans, impure. So he was not only, he was confused about his action, he was confused about the action leading to impurity. It will lead to some impurity in future. That was the main trouble Arjun had. See, Varana Sankara and all these things he has said in the first chapter, isn't it? Arjun has given this entire explanation that by doing my own karma, which is, fighting a war over here, I will become impure. My action is going to give some impure results. So Shri Krishna says, what is akarma and what is karma? Because you are not having this understanding, you are thinking it as ashubha. I will explain you what is karma, and then yajñātva mokshase ashubhat. You will be liberated from this thought of impurity. You will be liberated from these worries of impurities by just knowing what is karma and akarma. And then Shri Krishna further continues, he further proceeds to explain him what is karma, what is akarma, and what is vikarma. कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यं बोद्धव्यै च विकर्मणाम् अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं गहना कर्मणो गतिः. What Shri Krishna is saying here, karmanah api bodhavyam. It is important. Now we'll just see one by one this entire charan. Here first you have to understand the 3 times one word has come. That is bodhavyam. First understand this word. Whatever has to be done, whatever work has to be done, that is kartavya. One which is worth doing. Karna hai wo kartavya. Jana hai wo gantavya. Bodh, the one which should be known, is bodhavya. So here by using this word bodhavya, Shri Krishna is telling this is a knowledge worth knowing. It is worthy of knowing. It is vital to know. It is bodhavya. It should be known. What should be known? Karmana hi api bodhavyam. What is karma? That has to be known. What is your rightful action? That you should know. Bodhavyai cha vikarmana. Vikarmana, what is vikarma? That also you should know. And akarmanascha bodhavyam. Akarmana, in action also you have to understand. Gahana karmano gatihi. It is not very easy to understand. Gahana, it is something that needs lot of contemplation. It needs lot of thinking. From centuries, people are still thinking, and it is difficult. So these 3 terms we have to understand. What is karma, what is akarma, and what is vikarma. Shri Krishna says it is important for you to understand what is karmana, what is akarmana, and what is vikarmana. Karmana is, by naturally we now know what is our natural, what has to be done. That has to be done. We whatever is our action, what is our dharma, as per our scriptures, what is expected out of me. Doing that, following those duties is our karma. Any action done by the means of this body is karma. Vikarmana. Now this vikarma is a slightly, you say, contradictory thing. So some thinkers take it as actions which should be forbidden, which are we should not be done. Some people say that it is vishesha karma, a special type of karma which will, which should not be done, which is going to give you an insight, but vikarmana. So that for the definition of this shloka, we'll see the forbidden karma and akarmana. Akarmana is inaction. What is this akarmana? When a certain action is done, for instance, now, a small thing like when a person is learning to do cycling. When a person learns to do cycling, what happens? It is a conscious effort. Hmm. Or somebody learning to walk, it is a conscious effort. Hmm. A small child is trying to learn to walk, a small child is trying to learn the cycling. We are very conscious about what has to be done. Wow, this cycling is happening. But once they completely learn it, what happens? While cycling, if somebody is cycling and I go and ask them, oh, how do you manage to roll the wheels and also balance, then they'll say balance to ho jata hai, apne aap ho jata hai. That we are not doing. So it is happening, it is akarmana. It is happening even without you knowing it, even without you doing it. For instance, when Gurvini is cooking in the house, so many stuff she is going to do at the same time, but consciously certain after a certain limit, roti ban gayi, there won't be anything like there is a conscious effort around it being made. Hmm. Though the action is there, the karma is being done, but it is like a karma only. Hmm. The action of how swimming, when a person is learning to swim, when they start it, there is a conscious effort, the hand has to go like this, and then the legs also should keep flapping at the back. It should be a continuous process. It is a very conscious effort. But when a person learns swimming very well, and after a few months they are not even conscious of what are the actions, the swimming is just happening. That is what? That is akarmana. Even though the action is happening, there is no conscious bodh, conscious knowledge of the action happening. Hmm. Only in the presence of that thing, the action is happening. For example, when we go to a college or a school, the children are studying by default. They have to do this entire act of studying or anything. Now, suppose in a class, the children are just chit chatting, and the teacher or the principal of the school comes inside the class, and automatically and she's just giving a glance, okay, not doing anything, just giving a glance. And what happens? All the students sit in their places and start studying. So the act of study is happening. Is the teacher actually or the principal actually doing it? She has just entered the class and automatically the action has started happening. So this is a sthiti, this is a condition of akarmana, where the just the presence is required. When in the office, especially in the government offices and all, if you go, people till 9:30, 10 o'clock they'll just be at the chai ki tapri. They stand there, enjoy the morning tea, and the moment they see that it's time for the boss to come, immediately they'll rush and they'll rush to their places and start working. So, and when the boss enters, they will start working. Is the boss actually doing the work that is happening in the office? He's not actually doing, but his presence is making the work do. Like the sun is rising in the east. The sun rises and the entire srishti comes to life. The entire work is happening in his light, in his presence. This is a karmana. So this is a karmana. You have to understand what is karma, what is vikarma, and what is akarmanashta bodhavyam. And Sri Krishna further says, karmanya karmaya pashyet akarmani cha karmaya sabuddhiman manusyeshu sayukta kritsna karma krit karmani akarma pashyati. Now here Sri Krishna is telling something very important. A person who is able to see akarma in a karma, who is able to see inaction in an action, and a person who is able to see what? Karma in akarma. Akarmani cha karmayaha. What he is saying here, again, let us see this sentence again. Karmanya karmayah pashyet akarmani cha karmayaha. Again, pronunciation wise, see the importance of this complete the. If I say pashyet karmani, then it becomes completely wrong. Here that the has to be complete. Why? Because the word is akarmani there. Pashet dakarmani, akarmani. He karmanya, karmanya, akarma yaha pashet. The one who sees akarma in karma. And the second category, he who sees akarma, akarmani cha karma. He sees karma in akarma. These look very difficult, isn't it? Let's look at it with little concentration. Karmani means in action, they are seeing inaction. There are many examples of this. We just saw the example of the boss, who's just by entering, he just by his presence, the entire work in the organization is happening. Just in the presence of Swamiji, this entire Gita classes are learning. All of us are getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Entire credit goes to him. In his light, all this is happening. There are many examples of this in the karma being seeing the akarma. But the second one is more difficult to see. Akarmani cha karmaya. By not doing any action, also the actions are happening. Akarmani cha karma. Without any action happening, in inaction, how do you see action? Seeing inaction and action is still little easy. But the second situation, seeing action in inaction, is little difficult. For this, Swamiji gives very beautiful examples. He says this state is a very high level state where just by meditating or thinking about something, the karma is actually happening in a very good form. Suppose we are sitting here when Swamiji was, we were in R&D and he was teaching us Jnaneshwarji's Upasana. He was telling how by our own thoughts we can visit this pilgrimage R&D, and our mind can be in the premises of Jnaneshwar Maharaj Mandir. How our mind will be there. So just sitting and meditating upon a pilgrimage, if I want to think about the Ramji Murti or the Nilkantha temple in Rishikesh, I am just sitting here and meditating upon it. That is the most pious type of action. Physically, I am not in a position to go to Rishikesh and visit the Nilkantha temple Mandir right at this moment. But if I close my eyes and think about the Nilkantha temple, just go to its premises, go down to the Shivlinga over there. That is what? That is a sadhana of a different level. So just by being akarmani, but by the manas puja, I will be doing what? I will be doing the worship of the Nilkantha temple in Rishikesh. Just by that is the karma of highest order. In that, if that also one person can do with full devotion, Shri Krishna says that you should be able to see. You should be able to see the karma in the inaction. For this, Swamiji also tells the three things. When you want to do some kind of donation or you want to get some actions done, there are it arises out of three things. One thing, you can give some money and get, like if I want to get the puja done, I send some money for the charity. That is dhanaja, giving the money. That is originating from the money, the dhanaja. The second one is tanuja, where I go and personally do some physical work there and get the work done, do some seva. That is tanuja. And the third one is manasaja, manasaja. What is that one? By my own mind, just by thinking, by meditating upon this thing, what will happen? Getting the task done, getting the sadhana done, that is more real than the real puja itself. There's a very small story. Once miserly businessman went to Tukaram Maharaj. He was very impressed by Tukaram Maharaj. He said, "This you are always doing puja and everything. I also want to do, just like you. Even I feel like doing all this puja and all, but I'm not able to do. And see, in my entire life, I have not done any charity. I have not given a single paisa, single rupee to anybody. So you tell me some way by which not even 1 cent should be, spent, and the puja also has to be done. Tukaram Maharaj was a sage of great order. He said, "Okay, I will teach you." And he taught him the process of Manas Puja, how the puja can be done by mind, a very powerful way of attaining the Sri Bhagavan. He said, "Okay, don't want to do this, no, you do Manas Puja." Not even single rupee will be spent, and he tutored him for a couple of days and taught this person Manas Puja. Now when he was used, he also liked it, and he also used to do it very sincerely. He started, this businessman, he started doing the Manas Puja. Every day he will offer some flowers, something he will offer to Bhagavan Panduranga, and he used to do Manas Puja with full dedication. Now one day, while doing the Manas Puja, in this he during Manas Puja, he imagined that he is making the kheer for Bhagavan Panduranga. He thought, hey, I should offer kheer to Bhagavan Panduranga. And in the process of Manas Puja only, man mein chanting karke, he's in chanting and doing he started preparing the kheer. And sometimes when we are cooking, what happens? All of a sudden it strikes, have I put the salt in the food? Have I put sugar in the food? Just like that, he just for a moment thought, oh, I probably didn't put sugar in this kheer. So very unconsciously, his hand went towards the sugar in beside him, and just by Manas Puja, he was making the kheer. He just picked up a fistful of sugar, was about to put, and then all of a sudden he remembered, oh no no no, I have already put the sugar. So he was just going to put it back. Vitthal Bhagwan held his hand and said, no, don't put it back. He was so surprised. Pratyakshi Vitthal Bhagwan, he himself gave him the darshan. That is the power of Manas Puja. That is the power of the your mind. So without doing anything, also just on the power of his devotion, he got the darshan of. But he was completely grounded by this thing, and he became a very firm devotee. So this is the power of the Manas Puja. Akarmani chakarmaya. Sabuddhiman, and a person who is able to see this, both these situations, a person who is able to see and understand, they are what Sri Krishna gives a very beautiful certificate. He says, Sabuddhiman Manusheshu. That person is who? He is a Buddhiman. He is the wise one. Manusheshu, among the men, he is the most wise. Sayukta Kritsna Karma Krit. He is the one who is the performer of all the actions. By mastering this karma and akarma, both in your actions, by doing this, the person becomes what? He becomes the master, performer of all the actions. He becomes the master of all the actions. And further, Shri Krishna says how the person, what kind of attitude he has towards all the actions. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjita jnanagni daktha karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. This person, whatever they are starting, whatever undertakings they do, whatever actions, suppose they take up any project, whatever action they are starting, how they will start? Yasya sarve samarambaha. What is the important word here? Kama sankalpa varjitaha. They are free from two things. What are these two things? Kama and sankalpa. So now there is this very important thing. Kama is a desire, and sankalpa, that I want it. Some you first thing that happens is we some like something. This is beautiful. The moment you feel, yeah, suppose I see some sari, and what thought comes to my mind first? The sari is so beautiful. The moment I put some appreciation on that, the sari is beautiful. The second thought is what? I want it. That results in a desire. So the sankalpa leads to what? It leads to a desire. So this is what Shri Krishna is saying, that when a person undertakes an action, not free from the influence of this kama and sankalpa, free from the influence of desire and any motive. Any motive, like, I like this sari. So without any motive or without any desire, when a person takes up some undertakings, jnanagni dagdha karmani, what does he do? His actions are profoundly, his actions are grown up by what? Jnanagni. Not grown. Now, this is slightly difficult to understand, but concentrate for a few minutes and you will understand. Jnanagni dattha karmanan. The literal meaning is these have been burnt in the fire of knowledge, burnt or say cooked in the fire of knowledge. So just imagine that action is soaked in what? Knowledge. It is completely soaked. It has been completely based upon knowledge and not upon the desire or any motive. It is free from kama and sankalpa, and it is jnanagni dagdha, means it is cooked in the knowledge. Now, this sounds a little difficult to understand. Let us understand by the help of a small example. When you want a plant to grow. See, I put up, now mango season is coming. So say mango tree I want to grow. What will I do? Eat a mango, and whatever is the seed, as it is, you have to put it in the soil so that it gives rise to a beautiful mango tree. Now suppose it is roasted in what? It is roasted in a fire. If I roast it, will the tree come? The tree will not come. Any seed which is roasted will not give rise to any fruits. Any action which is roasted in the fire of knowledge, it will not lead to any results. It will not. The result is not going to affect you. That is how an action should be. It should be based on knowledge. So whatever is the fruit that is coming, the fruits will not be there only for you. The existence of the results of your action becomes null. It gets nullified for that kind of person who is what? Jnanagni dattha karmani, the one who is completely paripakva, has become mature with under the influence of knowledge. For that person, these actions will not have any result. That is what Shri Krishna means here. Jnanagni daggdha karmana. And what is such a person? Tamahu panditam budhaha. Tam ahu. Such a person is called pandit. Budhaha means the tamahu panditam budhaha. The wise people call him pandit. See the sentence, what it is. A person who is able to do the actions like this. Kama sankalpa varjitaha, person who is able to do the actions like this. Kama sankalpa varjitaha, who is this? His actions are jnanagni daggdha karmanam tamahu panditam budhaha. Such a person is called pandit, by whom the wise people. This sentence also tells just by actions a person can become pandit. Now, who is a pandit? A pandit is somebody who has the knowledge of Atma Jnana, who knows what is correct, what is wrong, and he becomes respectable, he becomes worshipable to the wise men also. So, by the means of our actions, by knowing what is karma and akarma, by soaking, by having a knowledge backed actions, by doing actions and performing actions backed by knowledge, what will happen? A person can attain that panditatva. Pandit word is derived from the word panda. Panda buddhi. Panda buddhi is the knowledge of Atma, the knowledge of self. The knowledge of this Paramatma, the one who has that is known as a pandit. So, tamahu panditam buddhaha. This such a person is known as a pandit, Shri Krishna says. Further, Shri Krishna is telling more about Tyaktva Karma Phala Sangam. I wanted to complete this shlok, but we should keep this for the next time. On this, I offer this entire discourse at the lotus feet of Param Pujya Swamiji, Govind Devgiri Ji Maharaj, and Jnaneshwar Mauli and Shri Krishna himself. Hari Om Shri Krishna Paramastu. Om that's it. Sorry about the extra time. I didn't realize the time.
No, Didi, all of us were so mesmerized in your stories, examples that absolutely enlightening. And like we said, throwing light onto it, Param Pujya Gurudev made you his spokesperson for us. So thank you so very much for this beautiful Viveka that you gave today. We have a couple of questions, but before that, I just need to remind all our sadhaks that do go and attend the Ao Geeta Sevi Bane program today, which will start at 8:30. Do go and see and try to give seva to this parivar in whatever form you can, whatever small ways you can. Please raise your hand because now I can't see you. I saw two of the raised hands to unmute you, and I'll have to see you somewhere.
Prana Krishna Ji.
Please ask.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Shloka number 18. What is the meaning of Krishna Karmakrut?
Kritsna, the word Kritsna means complete, totality, total. So, Kritsna Karma Krit, performer of all actions, all the actions. Here it means all. In totality, the action is being done by him. He is the performer. Karma Krit, Krit means karma, Krit means done. Krit means that it is being done by him. So, he is the doer of all the actions.
Okay, thank you.
Two questions. First is, what is the meaning of Avyayam? Avyayam.
Avyayam. Avyayam means Avyayam. Yes.
Means what?
Avyayam means immutable, which will stay forever. Avyaya. Parampita Paramatma is Avyaya. Vyaya basically means what? Which is perishable. Like Vyaya is pending, which becomes perishable, which gradually shrinks. Avyaya means it will not cease to exist. It will always be there. It will remain in the same quantity. Avyayam. It is not perishable. It is not shrinkable. It will not go down. That is Avyaya.
What is the meaning of that then? Vidya Kartara Mavyayam.
Which shlok? Just tell me the shlok number.
13.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, Vidya Kartaram Avyayam. He know him, no matter what he is doing, Tasya Kartaram api ma Vidya Akartaram Avyayam. Though I have done this eternally, here Avyaya also means eternal. See, in what context this word comes? In terms of time when this Avyaya comes, it means eternal. So eternally I remain the Akartara. So even though I have done this centuries, from the time the Srishti has started, I have created this type of system. Having done that also, even from that Avyaya time, from that eternal time, I remain a Akartara. I remain a non-doer of this particular action. Okay.
Second question is that, madam, the God has taken incarnations from one yug to another yug, and he killed the Asuri Shakti, Asuri persons. But why he has not killed the Asuri Pravrutti, so that he should have not taken further what is called avatar?
Asuri Pravritti is something which cannot be killed. Just like how a Daivi Pravritti cannot stay forever. And Asuri Pravritti will also tend to get originated again and again. The Pravritti, there is no nivritti from the pravritti. Okay. Once a person, it is very simple. There was no time when there were no evil people, and there is no time when there were only good people. Good people and evil people have always been there and will continue to be there. Why? Because these are relative. This good and bad in itself is a relative term. What happens, it is because there is some motive. I am a good person, but all of a sudden my friend gets a promotion, slowly that evil starts entering into me. So these these gunas are always going to be there. Based on the influence of the gunas, how our mind, it cannot be killed. Just as the Daivi Pravritti cannot stay forever, the Asuri Pravritti cannot be killed forever. They are both going to be there always. And how should in this, what we should do? We should not be dependent on Shri Krishna for the destruction of the Asuri Pravritti. We should be dependent on ourselves. That is why Shri Krishna has equipped us with Bhagavad-gītā, that we understand and push ourselves from the Asuri Pravritti towards the Daivi Pravritti. So what he has done in his last incarnation, he has equipped us with the knowledge by the means of Bhagavad-gītā to help us. Urdhvam gacchanti sattvastha. He has given us the understanding of sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. Had this Bhagavad-gītā may not being there, just imagine, we would have had no time to go through the Upanishads, Vedas and all this and understand all the, from the Brahma Sutra, Upanishads, to understand all this knowledge. He knew at the Kali Yuga that the pravrittis are going to be there, and I should give my sadhaks, I should give my devotees some means by which they can control these pravrittis. So he has given us Bhagavad-gītā. The purpose of the Krishna avatar is not just to kill demons. He could have sent anybody, Hanumanji or anybody. One Arjun was also enough for all this. But he has come to give us Bhagavad-gītā. The real purpose is not Kamsa Samhar. The real purpose is Bhagavad-gītā, because he knew the Kali Yuga is starting. My devotees need this knowledge to free themselves from the Dukkhalaya Mashashvatam. Okay.
Or a class question, madam.
Yeah. If I'll try to answer.
Parantapa, Bhagwan said to Arjuna, Parantapa. What is that, and is it good thing or bad thing to call Arjuna Parantapa?
See, it depends on, Parantapa, what does it mean basically? The one who gives tap to others. Tap means the one who scares others, Now, when somebody is scaring the Asuri Pravritti, you were talking about it, right? Who will be scared of a good person? Because we know Arjuna is Anagha. He is also Purushottama, he is a Narottama, he is a Bharata Sattama. So he is the best. Who will be scared of the best person? The one who has some paap within. So is it a good thing to be a tap to those people or not? So definitely it is good. Isn't it? Yogi Adityanath also Parantapa. Aditya the Yogi, he is scaring the others who need to be scared. So that is good only. He has said it in the good sense.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Trilok Bhaiya.
Trilok. Jai Shri Krishna.
प्रणाम, जय श्री कृष्ण। मैं ये आपने जो बताया था, वट एवर यू एक्सप्लेन अबाउट द कर्म और अकर्म है, तो कर्म को अकर्म में कर्म को देखना, ये ज्ञान से ये प्राप्त हो सकता है। दिस इज व्हाट यू एक्सप्लेन्ड, दैट बाय इन द आहुति, ज्ञान की आहुति में, ज्ञान में यदि हम उसको देते हैं तो वो कर्म विकर्म में भी हम कर्म देख लेते हैं। मेरा प्रश्न,
कर्म नहीं देख लेते हैं, अकर्म में कर्म देख लेते हैं।
अकर्म में कर्म देख लेते हैं, ठीक। तो भगवान ने एक जगह जो कहा है कि 4 प्रकार के लोग मेरी भक्ति करते हैं, उससे और इस बात को कैसे हम रिलेट करें?
Artha Jigyasuraर्थार्थी is what you are saying?
Yes. उससे और इस बात को हम कैसे रिलेट करके, कैसे हम अपने मन को समझा लें कि हम जब अकर्म में कर्म को देख रहे हैं और तो हम 4 प्रकार की जो भक्ति भगवान ने बताया है उसको किस अर्थ में देखें? ये दिस इज व्हाट आई वांटेड some light from on this.
अकर्म में कर्म को जो देखता है वो किस कैटेगरी के भक्त में आता है, ऐसा आपका शायद प्रश्न है, ऐसा मैं समझ रही हूँ।
नहीं, ये मेरा प्रश्न नहीं है। हमारा प्रश्न ये है कि जो अकर्म में कर्म को देखता है, तो भक्ति जो लोग 4 प्रकार की भक्ति भगवान ने बताई है, तो क्या वो कर्म, वो फल के, उसमें फल को जला देने के लिए तो वो भक्ति नहीं है। उसमें तो 4 प्रकार के लोग कुछ न कुछ मांगते हैं, कुछ न कुछ भगवान से याचना।
See, devotion is one thing and action is another thing. You are mixing these two. So there are 4 types of bhakta. Artha jigyasu, artharthi. Artha jigyasu, artharthi. So in that, a person who is doing ab artharthi jo hoga, the one who is a artharthi, the one who seeks wealth, he is what? He is a devotee of Shri Krishna. He doesn't believe in akarma only. For him, this forget about seeing karma in akarma. वो कर्मा में भी अकर्मा को नहीं देख सकते हैं, because they want to see the they only want wealth. They only want something from it. Is a give and take relationship with the God is what like. So अर्थार्थी तो इसमें अलग हो गया. जिज्ञासु, the one who is a jignasu will gradually try to attain that. Now I understand your question. A jignasu will try to do that. What stage he will reach? He will at least try to see the akarma in the karma. In the presence of him, all the action is happening. A jignasu is the one who will realize that I am able to see. So I am able to see you. I am able to see this world around me. This is happening because the light in my the capacity to see is given to me by Parampita Paramatma. A bird is singing, she's singing by the power of Paramatma. He has some knowledge of it. So the jignasu will try to see the akarma in the karma. He is seeing that in whatever actions are happening around him, there is a Brahma Tattva which is working towards it. And the Jnani Bhakta, the one who is of the highest order, he will see both. He will see the akarma in karma and he will also see the karma in the akarma. So that will be. But for the lowest order arthati, these things will not happen. But for the others, gradually as their star increases, they become they come to a stage where they will see akarma in karma, and at the highest order, they will be able to also see the karma in akarma. Okay. In the Jnani.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Manoranjan Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya.
Hare Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
In sloka number 18, this is the confusion, karma or akarma. So as you know, as you say, you should do work a long time or long period, then it will be in a habit. So in habit, you should done properly. Is akarma?
I am not getting. Actually, your voice is also breaking a little bit.
I think
You are talking about 18th shloka, said na?
Yes,
Haan,
Didi.
yeah.
Akarma he's saying does become a habit.
Only a difficult shloka today, yeah.
Yeah. He's asking, does
a
habit
akarma
become akarma?
What is akarma?
Yeah.
I will have to repeat the whole Vivechan. I would suggest you check it on the YouTube once, but akarmana means the action is happening without the physically doing the action. For instance, when you are driving a car, now how does a person drive a car? When the car is being driven, you will put, when I learned to drive car, I've been told, before the 20, before when your car is starting, you have to put the car in from neutral to the first gear. Consciously, when you reach the speed of 20, then push it in the second gear, etc. So this, when a person is learning to start driving, he's taught and he's very conscious of changing the gears. But when a person is fully learned how to drive the car, so many times we will change the gear, it is going to happen unconsciously. So the task is actually happening, but without me knowing that it is happening. That is akarma. So a person who's riding a cycle, I told, who's balancing. If I ask, how are you balancing? The balance so ho jata hai, because he is not consciously balancing. It is just happening. So that is akarma.
What is karma? Karma.
Karma is any action done by our body is karma. Action done by the means of this body is a karma.
So it means when you practicing more or practicing perfect, that is in akarma. And
Yes, yes,
it
perfect.
means
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, by more
it is
practice, our karma turns to,
because of a habit.
yes, yeah, our karma turns into akarma when with more and more practice, and when the practice become, so they become, and you should be able to see. Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Didi.
Udayaji, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Krishna Didi. How to control our Rajagun and Tamogun and clear our inner soul of that peace of mind.
And clear what? The second part, can you repeat? What did you?
Clear of inner soul of our mind.
Clear our soul. How to make it pure? This is a very beautiful question. How do we purify our mind? How do we free ourselves from, how do we take ourselves from tamogun, free ourselves from tamogun and rajogun? One thing you have to understand, that one cannot free themselves from rajogun and tamogun. These two gunas are very essential also. So at no point of time a person is going to be free from any of the gunas, whether it is sattva gun, rajogun or tamogun. Why I say so? Because suppose a car is working, a car is being driven. When a car is in running or traveling, and it is only a car which is going on, continuously driving, that is not enough. No, it needs brakes, isn't it? That brake is the tamogun. It has to rest. It needs a rest, so that it is required. So suppose I make a very nice engine, a high, some very high technically sound engine. The engine alone is not going to be important. The car should have wheels also for it to work. So the sattva guna as the engine, it is important. The wheels, the rajoguna is also important. At the same time, the car should have some brakes also. Now, if the car is moving and only the brakes, after every few minutes, the tucker, the brakes are continuously happening. So what is happening? The brakes are interfering with the way the car is moving. So you have to ensure that your tamaguno does not interfere with your rajogun. The car is moving, that is a rajogun. Your tamagun should not interfere with that. So we have to have a balance. We have to understand, like if it is a night time, it is time for us to sleep. When it is time to sleep, the body should be put to rest. Otherwise, what will happen? We'll become sick. We'll become mentally unsound also. So, but we should sleep at the right time. When it is full daytime active, we have to be fully active. We have to work early in the morning. That time, if I just sleep, that is also not done. So the tamogun has to come at the right time. The rajogun should be active at the right time. At night, if the rajogun it becomes active, then it is of no use, isn't it? The sattva gun has to be active. So everything has to go in a balance. So we have to figure out where that balance has to be. Secondly, we should always drive ourselves to the sattvikta. When you said you want to free yourself from the rajogun, it gives an indication a person wants to be free from some habits or from some things which are not very, which are destructive for our own life. When we want to free of themselves, that means we have to naturally inculcate more of sattva gun in our lives. All our actions should be driven by what sattva gun. For that, we have to, these small habits. Everything doesn't change in a day. Slowly, gradually, list down what is good. The habits of, doing worship, doing dhyan, reading good books, very important. Utilizing your time in good activities, in sattvic activities. Like now you all are already Geeta sadhaks. Now when you are free also, do good work. Help somebody, do some community seva. When we have free time, what people do, let us go for some entertainment, movie, etc. Invest your free time in something nice, something better. So if you introspect your own day and see what action, what time could have been utilized for a better task, that is the increase of sattva gun. Read very good books, read good charitra of great people. That will naturally induce a sattva guna in you. That is very essential. Okay, so that way you can reduce, you can optimally put all the three gunas to their use. Okay.
Okay, Didi. Jai Shri
I
Krishna.
hope that answers your question. Jai Shri Krishna.
Bhaiya, you've joined with the name Del. So
Yeah, and there is one more person who has raised hand, Kishore Kumar Mishra. Please
Kirod,
start your video so that Bhaiya can spotlight
Didi,
you.
Didi, may I ask the question?
Yes,
yes,
please.
yes.
Yes.
Didi, that you have explained this karmas in the divisions of karma. So what I understand, there are three divisions of karma: karma, akarma, and vikarma. And again, in the next sloka, it is said that he is the most intelligent, buddhimana manusheshu. जो कर्म का और अकर्म में दोनों को both he says similarly. That I could not understand. It requires some.
That shloka took so long to explain. We can go through this again, but the first thing that we saw, seeing the akarma in karma. Okay, seeing
Yeah.
the akarma in the karma, where we had given the example of the presence, in the presence of the boss, what will happen? We are able to see in the presence of this light, you are able to see me because this room where I'm sitting is illuminated. It's been the presence of the light. But actually, is the light knowing? See, when is the light actually doing anything? It is just, its presence is enough. Right, the light is not specifically illuminating only me, that only this Shraddha should be visible, so iske liye kuch karo. It is doing its general work. It's in its presence, everything in this light, in this room is being illuminated. So just it is, the action is being done, but it is not specifically for me. So, but in its presence that I am visible. So the act of my visibility is happening in the presence of this light. This is akarma. We are able to talk. We have a mechanism to talk, but there is some power within us. There is some Shakti. We say Saraswati Mata hame Vani deti hai. So there is some Paramatma Tattva which is enabling these organs to work properly. That the speech is coming. The eyes are able to see. The Jyoti behind his eyes, the power behind these eyes. It is the Paramatma Shakti. This is, by doing nothing also, it is enabling us to see. Just its presence is enough to make us see. Just the presence of the boss is enough to make the office going people work. That is akarma. So even when the and with sahajta, this is sometime back, this Bhaiya was saying, with practice, your karma is becoming akarma. It becomes naturally, it is happening. And we become what? Unconscious of all the effort that is happening. Naturally, it keeps happening for us. That is akarma. So the action is actually happening, but we are not noticing that the action is happening. It is ho raha hai. Somebody is listening to the Vivechan in your house, suppose. They are not consciously sitting and listening, but the knowledge is going, isn't it? So that is the akarma in the karma. Naturally, it is happening. The second one, this is the example of karma in akarma, the second category. Like Manas Puja, I told. Just sitting, not doing any specially, not going to Rishikesh, not going to R&D, not going to Ujjain, but just sitting here and imagining those pilgrimages and getting the fruits of the puja is the karma in akarma, the second category.
Thank you, Didi.
Thank you.
Shirod Bhaiya.
Shirod Bhaiya.
सवाल पूछिए भैया. You have to unmute भैया. हाँ कीजिए.
हो गया. सुनता है? सुनाई दिया?
सुनता है भैया.
हाँ ठीक है. दीदी तेरा श्लोक नंबर 13.
जी.
तस्य कर्तारमपिमं विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्. विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्. इसका विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम् जो वो क्या कर्ता ही भगवान होते हैं?
नहीं, इसका अर्थ है विद्या कर्तारम अव्ययम. इट इज विद्धि अकर्तारम अव्ययम. For an eternal time, though I have created this fourfold system, Though I am the karta of the system, I have kept myself immune from its result. Now I am also the akartaram. Know me as a non-doer of this system, eternal non-doer of this system. Why? Because this entire system he has put in place, guna karma vibhagasha he has created, and now what is happening, it is running on its own. Based on our karma, our next birth is happening. Now the system is not dependent on Shri Krishna, it is not dependent on Paramatma, it is dependent on our karma. If we do good karma, we get a better yoni. If we don't do good karma, we get a different yoni. So this way, it is changing. So now Shri Krishna is not interfering with the system. So he has become what? A kartaram. So he created the system and then became a kartaram for an eternal time. That is with the akartaram of him.
Why did he say the chaturvarna? That means 4 varnas. He has said.
Yes, the 4 varna. Yes.
What is that 4 varnas then?
I have explained this whole thing in the Vivechana on YouTube. You please try to listen again. I'll tell you in short. Chatur Varnam, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are the 4 varnas that I have
These 4
created.
varnas that I know, but according to Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, these 4 varnas he has made, and he is not related to this and somebody's work in his own work. He will get the benefits or fruits in the next work.
No. You please listen to this part of the session again on YouTube. I'll tell you in short. He has created this Varna system. This entire Varna system he has created on the basis of what? Guna, karma, on the basis of the guna and karma. How is the guna of a person? A sattva-guni person will be attracted to knowledge, a rajoguni person will be attracted to action, and a person will also be attracted to the seva bhav. So he, based on his guna and his karma, he will be put in one of these varnas, This is the system that he has created, and after creating this system, he has become independent from the system, because now the system runs on our own karma. So because of that, he becomes a akartara. He becomes a akartara.
Thank you, madam. Another, what is this vikarma? Akarma I could believe, karma I believe, but vikarma again and again I am confused.
Nishita karma. So for now, you just say the prohibited karma. What is it that should not be done?
That should not be done.
Okay. And Prana Krishna ji is already, his chance is done.
Madam Jai Shri Krishna. You said that Daivi Guna cannot be diminished and Asuri Guna cannot be changed. But I could not understand.
I didn't say that. What he was asking is, instead of killing the demons, why didn't he kill the pravritti of the demons? No, what is the purpose? He has given us Bhagavadgītā. He is equipping us to change ourselves and become towards Daivi Gun. Asuri pravritti cannot be killed completely, and just like Devi Pravritti cannot stay forever, Asuri Pravritti cannot be killed forever. That is what I said. Because people keep transiting between the Devi Pravritti and the Asuri Pravritti, and like a pendulum, a person is just moving in the Asuri and the Devi Pravritti, owing to his own good, owing to his own karma, owing to his own attachment to different things, owing to his sangha, he is getting attached to the Daivi Pravritti or the Asuri Pravritti. So, like a pendulum, he is moving in between two. So, completely we cannot get rid of any of the Pravrittis.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, everybody. And once again, I am going to give a gentle reminder to please join the Geeta Sevi program at 8:30 tonight, and try to give seva, at least understand what are the departments that are available for us to be able to contribute little bit to Geeta Parivar. Thank you, Didi, for this amazing session. And we know the question answer went on for long, and you have to go for next session also.
No,
thank you
today
so
no
much.
session.
Today no session. Okay. So thank you so very much for giving time. For me personally, I keep learning something new. I'm sure my Hindi is going to become better because today I learned kartavya, gantavya, and bodhavya and how to use it fluently in my. I have this complete understanding. I will take this opportunity to thank all the people behind the scenes, our technical team, our Suresh Bhaiya, the Nirmala Didi and Indu Didi for beginning this session with this beautiful pratna, both Geeta Vratis. And like Didi said, with Swamiji's kripa, so much of light and so many Geeta Vratis in our sadhak, I request all sadhaks to do take some exam or the other to get this light within us. I will thank the sadhaks for giving us this opportunity to serve you all and serve Krishna in you. With this, we are going to bring this session to an end. And after the closing prayer, we will also sit together for Hanuman Chalisa to get bhakti inside us and to have the power of Hanumanji to pursue bhakti. So let's all come in Pratna Sthiti for the closing prayer as we offer the entire session to the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna himself. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapyam Samsthapakam Viram Krishna Vande Jagadgurum Krishna Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna. Let's now sit together and chant Hanuman Chalisa. Bhaiya.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे सवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्त न धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman. Thank you so very much for joining. Looking forward to seeing all of you at 8:30 at Bhagavadgītā CV program, and do come back next week for the final part of this chapter. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so very much, Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you also, Meena.